There's one food that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. You've eaten it this week, maybe even today. It's been marketed as safe, convenient, even healthy. But what if I told you that this same food might be quietly feeding cancer inside your body? And the worst part? You've been told it's perfectly normal. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open your eyes. Because millions of people eat this innocent food every day, completely unaware of what it's really doing inside them. And if you understand what I'm about to show you, it might just change the way you look at your plate forever. The truth is, we are surrounded by a new kind of food, one that looks normal, tastes amazing, and fills the shelves of every supermarket. It's in your breakfast cereal, your frozen dinners, your favorite snacks, even your so-called healthy protein bars. They're called ultra-processed foods, and scientists are finally uncovering how they might be creating the perfect conditions for cancer to thrive. Let's get something clear. Cancer doesn't appear overnight. It grows silently, fed by years of tiny habits that we barely notice. The soda you drink when you're tired, the packaged lunch you grab because you're too busy to cook, the midnight snack that keeps you company in front of the TV. Individually, they seem harmless. But together, over time, they change the chemistry inside your body in ways that science is only beginning to understand. When you eat real food, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, proteins, your body recognizes it. It knows exactly what to do: absorb the nutrients, repair cells, balance hormones, and keep your immune system strong. But when you eat ultra-processed food, your body reacts differently. It's like feeding your system a code it can't read. Instead of nourishment, it receives confusion, and that confusion leads to inflammation, the slow, invisible fire that researchers now believe sits at the root of most chronic diseases, including cancer. Imagine your body as a city. Every cell is a citizen with a job to do. When you feed them natural food, everything works in harmony. Energy flows, systems function, and repair happens on time. But when you flood that city with chemical additives, refined sugars, and artificial fats, chaos begins. Signals get crossed, cells misfire, and some of them, the most damaged ones, stop following the rules entirely. That's where the trouble begins. Research from leading universities, including Harvard and the National Cancer Institute, has shown that people who eat the most ultra-processed foods have a significantly higher risk of developing cancer over time, especially breast, colon, and pancreatic cancer. And it's not about eating one slice of pizza or a cookie. It's about what happens when most of your calories come from products that are no longer real food. The danger is in the design. Ultra-processed foods are built to trick your brain. Manufacturers spend millions engineering the perfect combination of sugar, salt, and fat to make you crave more. That's why it's almost impossible to stop at one chip, one cookie, or one spoonful. Your body doesn't crave these foods. Your brain does. And while your taste buds celebrate, your cells struggle. Let's talk about one of the biggest villains hiding inside these products: refined sugar. It's in almost everything, even foods that don't taste. Sweet sauces, bread, salad dressings often contain multiple forms of sugar with names that sound harmless: maltose, dextrose, corn syrup, fructose. Different names, same effect. They flood your bloodstream with glucose. And when that happens day after day, your insulin levels rise, your metabolism shifts, and you unknowingly start feeding the cells you least want to grow. Cancer cells thrive on sugar. They consume it faster than healthy cells do. It's their favorite fuel. This isn't speculation. It's been demonstrated through decades of research, known as the Warburg effect. When your blood sugar remains chronically high, you're not just storing fat or losing energy. You're providing cancer cells with exactly what they need to expand. And sugar isn't alone in this. The cheap oils used in ultra-processed foods, like soybean, canola, and corn oil, are often heated and refined until they lose their natural structure. Once inside your body, these damaged fats can trigger oxidative stress, a kind of molecular rust that weakens your cells and your DNA. When that oxidative stress combines with chronic inflammation, it creates the perfect storm for mutations to occur. and mutations are the seeds from which cancer can grow. Now add the chemicals, preservatives, color enhancers, artificial flavors, substances your body never evolved to handle. They might extend shelf life, but they shorten cellular life. Many of these additives interfere with your gut microbiome, your hormones, and even your immune system's ability to detect abnormal cells. When your gut health collapses, your immune defenses weaken, and that's when cancer cells find room to hide. But the most dangerous part? You don't notice it. There's no pain, no warning, no symptom, just slow, silent change. Until one day, the body that seemed fine begins to show signs that something is deeply wrong. That's why awareness is everything. Because the moment you understand what's really happening inside, you gain back power. You can stop feeding the fire. You can give your body the tools to heal and defend itself, not through fear, but through understanding. Here's the truth. Your body is not broken. It's not weak. It's incredibly intelligent. It responds to what you give it. If you feed it confusion, it creates imbalance. If you feed it clarity, it creates healing. And the clarity your body craves doesn't come from labels like low fat, sugar-free, or high protein. It comes from real food, the kind your great-grandparents would recognize, the kind that doesn't come in a box with 25 ingredients you can't pronounce. Think about this for a second. The average American now gets nearly 60% of daily calories from ultra-processed foods. That means more than half of what many people eat every day is not real food. It's a chemical simulation. No wonder cancer, heart disease, and diabetes are exploding. We've replaced nourishment with convenience, and our cells are paying the price. But here's the hope, and it's powerful. Your body can rebuild. It can repair. It can restore balance. You just have to stop giving it the materials that destroy it. Even after years of damage, the moment you start feeding your body real food, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, your internal chemistry begins to shift. Inflammation drops, energy rises, the immune system wakes up, and the environment that once fed disease starts starving it instead. Because food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite tells your cells what to do: fight, heal, or fail. When you eat ultra-processed foods, you're sending mixed messages. When you eat whole, living foods, you're giving your body the clarity it needs to defend itself. So don't panic. Take power. Awareness is the first step to healing. Start small. Read labels. Cook one meal at home this week. Swap one soda for water with lemon. Those little choices, repeated daily, rewrite your biology. Because while ultra-processed foods may feed cancer, there's another secret connection scientists are just beginning to reveal: how these foods alter your metabolism in ways that open the door for disease. But the good news? There's also a way to reverse it. Naturally. From your kitchen. Starting today. When your metabolism is in balance, every system in your body works in harmony. Your cells receive the right amount of energy, your hormones communicate clearly, and your immune defenses stay alert. But when ultra-processed foods dominate your diet, this balance begins to crumble. Slowly, silently, almost invisibly at first. Each time you eat foods loaded with refined sugar and artificial fats, your blood sugar spikes, your insulin surges, and your cells are flooded with more energy than they can handle. What doesn't get used is stored as fat, but not just any fat. Visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your organs and sends out chemical signals that promote chronic inflammation. That inflammation doesn't stay local. It spreads, disturbing your immune system and altering the way your body reads its own messages. Over time, these signals confuse the very systems meant to protect you. Insulin resistance develops. Your cells stop responding normally. And as this internal confusion grows, one process becomes dangerously compromised: your body's ability to recognize abnormal cells and eliminate them before they become cancerous. That's how subtle it is. No pain, no visible warning, just slow internal exhaustion that leaves your defenses down. Let's take a closer look. Inside your cells are tiny engines called mitochondria. They generate the energy that keeps you alive. When you feed your body whole foods, those mitochondria burn fuel efficiently, like clean fire. But when the fuel is contaminated, full of chemicals, excess sugar, and oxidized oils, that clean fire turns into smoke. The mitochondria struggle, producing free radicals instead of pure energy. Those free radicals damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes, gradually weakening the integrity of your tissues. This constant oxidative stress is one of the earliest and most reliable warning signs of metabolic imbalance. It's the invisible link connecting processed food consumption, insulin resistance, obesity, and cancer risk. Because cancer doesn't grow in a healthy environment. It takes root in chaos. Now imagine that inside this metabolic storm, your body is trying to repair itself. Every day, billions of cells divide, replicate, and die. The process is astonishingly precise. But when DNA is repeatedly attacked by free radicals and inflammation, errors begin to slip through. Damaged cells escape the body's checkpoints and start multiplying with the wrong instructions. That's how a single cell can turn into a problem. But here's where the narrative changes, because your body is also equipped with remarkable repair systems. You have enzymes that fix DNA, antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, and immune cells that patrol for danger. They can work only if they're supported. And what supports them? Real food, restful sleep, hydration, movement, sunlight, peace of mind, the simple things we often ignore. One of the most powerful tools you have is nutrition that reduces inflammation. Think of foods rich in color, the deep reds of berries, the greens of spinach, the oranges of turmeric and carrots. Those colors come from compounds called phytonutrients, natural chemicals that protect plants from stress and protect your cells too. Curcumin in turmeric, resveratrol in grapes, quercetin in onions. They don't cure cancer, but they create conditions where cancer struggles to survive. Equally powerful is what you remove. When you cut back on processed foods, your gut begins to heal. Within days, beneficial bacteria start returning, rebuilding the barrier that keeps toxins out of your bloodstream. Your energy stabilizes. You feel fewer cravings. And slowly, you realize that your body was never the enemy. It was always trying to protect you. One of the most inspiring studies ever published on lifestyle and cancer prevention found that people who shifted even 20% of their calories from ultra-processed foods to natural, whole foods reduced key inflammation markers in just 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's how quickly your biology responds when you give it the chance. So what does real food look like in practice? It's not a complicated diet or an expensive detox. It's simplicity. Start your morning with oatmeal topped with berries instead of sugary cereal. At lunch, choose grilled vegetables and a lean protein over a packaged meal. Drink water instead of soda. Green tea instead of energy drinks. Add olive oil, avocado, and nuts. Healthy fats that calm inflammation instead of fueling it. Small steps, done consistently, become medicine over time. And remember, your body doesn't operate in isolation. Stress, lack of sleep, and emotional pain can all increase inflammation too. Chronic stress triggers cortisol, which suppresses your immune system and encourages fat storage. It's not just what you eat, it's how you live. Take a few minutes every day to breathe deeply. Step outside, move your body, talk to someone who makes you laugh. These are not luxuries, they are forms of biological repair. Science now recognizes that hope itself changes the body. Positive expectation releases hormones that reduce inflammation and strengthen immunity. When you believe your body can heal, you activate the very chemistry that makes healing possible. So don't think of this as a fight against cancer. Think of it as an invitation to rebuild the environment where cancer cannot thrive. Each bite, each breath, each choice is an opportunity to restore balance. Let's look at what happens when you start making those choices. After a few days of eating whole foods, your insulin levels stabilize. Within a couple of weeks, your energy rises and digestion improves. Within a month, your skin clears, your sleep deepens, and the brain fog begins to lift. These are not miracles. They are signs that your cells are finally receiving the clarity they were designed for. If you could see inside your body, you'd witness billions of microscopic victories, damaged DNA being repaired, toxins flushed out, immune cells destroying precancerous cells before they multiply. All because you chose to change what's on your plate. That's the power of awareness. Now, let's address one of the biggest myths still floating around. That cancer is purely genetic, something beyond your control. Yes, genes matter, but research shows that lifestyle influences up to 70% of cancer risk. The food you eat, the air you breathe, the level of stress you carry, they all interact with your genes, turning them on or off like switches. This field is called epigenetics, and it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about disease. You can't change your DNA, but you can change the messages your DNA receives. So the question isn't, what can I eat to cure cancer? The question is, what can I eat to stop feeding it? Start by removing the silent saboteurs, refined sugar, white flour, processed oils, artificial additives. Replace them with foods alive with color and fiber. Drink more water. Get enough sunlight. Let your body do what it was created to do. Heal. Every time you make one of these choices, you send a message to your body. I'm on your side. That message changes everything. You may not see it immediately, but the transformation begins the moment you decide to break free from the cycle of processed convenience and choose nourishment instead. And if you're watching this, right now, you've already taken the first step, awareness. You've decided to question what's normal, to look deeper, to understand what your body's been trying to tell you. That's how every healing journey begins. Maybe you've lost someone to cancer. Maybe you're fighting it yourself. Or maybe you simply want to protect the people you love. Wherever you are, remember this. Prevention isn't about perfection. It's about direction. Every small, consistent choice pulls you closer to health and farther from disease. When you close your eyes tonight, ask yourself one simple question. What message did I send my body today? Did I feed it confusion or clarity? Because the answer to that question shapes your tomorrow. You don't need fear to change. You need truth, and now you have it. If this message resonated with you, take a moment. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss another video that could change your life. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what's the one processed food you find hardest to give up? Your answer might inspire someone else reading today. Your body is always listening. Now it's your turn to speak through your choices and show it the love it's been waiting for.